How's it going, folks? Mark from Like Minded Lunatics coming at you with another Monday music matchup. That's where I take two songs, put them head to head, and see which one comes out on top. But before we get to today's content, first let me say that for me, this is the last week of October. I don't know when you're watching this, but for me, this is the last week of October, and I've been doing Halloween-themed reactions all month long. So please take a look at the playlist and check some of those out. Also, my writing partner Todd Wright has been posting in the Drink, Play, Swear playlist where he plays video games and tells you a story as he plays. And last week's video was called Donkey Kong is Toast. You can check that out over here. It's a great story, and it's really fun watching Todd play video games. He's got, boy, his voice is like butter on toast. So if you want to hear a great story, watch a middle-aged man play a video game. That's what you need to check out. All right, so for today, this is the last matchup we have in Halloween, so I thought we would do something a little bit special. Today, we're going to take a look at two different variations of A Deal with the Devil. Specifically, two different versions of the story of Devil Went Down to Georgia. Now, Devil Went Down to Georgia was put out by Charlie Daniels Band back in 1979. And since then, there have been a ton of different versions of that song, both covers and reinterpretations, and it's the reinterpretations that I'm most interested in. Now, this Deal with the Devil, this has a long literary tradition, going way back to the Greeks, and even coming forward where we have more contemporary versions. So there are really two versions of the Deal with the Devil story from a genre perspective. There's one version, which is a morality play, where we see someone make a deal with the devil, and it shows what happens when you're willing to trade anything and everything to get what you want. Because in the end of these stories, usually the person who traded his or her soul, things don't turn out very good for them. So there's one version, it's a morality play, and the other version is where someone tricks the devil. Now, it's this version that I'm most interested in because that's really what happens in The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Everybody knows the original song. Johnny wins at the end and he gets that golden fiddle. So let's take a look at two versions. One over here is from 1991. This is from the hip-hop group K.M.C. crew. This came out when I was in high school. Now, I tried to find out what happened to these guys because they're fantastic. Couldn't really find anything. So if anybody knows what happened to K.M.C. crew, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what happened to those guys. If they're still making music, if they're under a different name, I'd love to know. The other version we're going to look at is by a group called the Adam Ezra Group, and this one came out in 2013. So K.M.C. crew, theirs is called The Devil Came Up to Michigan, and Adam Ezra Group is The Devil Came Up to Boston. We're going to put these two head to head and see which one comes out on top. Are you ready to go? I hope so. So here we are. Let's go with K.M.C. crew. The Devil Came Up to Michigan from 1991. All right, first off, I got to stop right here. Remember when MTV actually played music? Can we get back to that, please? I would leave MTV on all day long if I could, but they're not doing that anymore. They apparently like reality shows. All right, come on. Here we go. What do you think of that? All right, so we go with some classic '90s scratching into the Charlie Daniels fiddle, and then into a more hip hop beat. Boy, this takes me back. This takes me back. I had a closet filled with these rayon shirts. They were so awesome, and Mom hated them. They all had to be dry cleaned. And so this guy had a whole closet in high school of shit that had to be dry cleaned. I don't even have that now as a middle-aged professional. The devil came up to Michigan. He was looking for a soul to steal. He had trouble in mind as he drove in a line. He was looking to make a deal. I love that line. He had trouble in mind as he drove in a line and he was looking to make a deal. Already, I'm in with this one. I love the fact that they are firmly within this devil, making a deal with the devil tradition, but they're making it their own, and they're retelling kind of the same story that happened in Devil Went Down to Georgia. He had a brand new Nissan truck convertible with a portable phone. Yeah. Now, for those of you who were not around in the 90s or don't remember it very well, Nissan and Mazda trucks were the truck du jour for people who were in hip-hop and rap. I remember one of my best friends immediately bought a brand new Mazda pickup, dropped it to the ground. It was directly on, it was frame onto axles. It was so low, he couldn't even go up hills. But it was great. It was a great truck. And boy, it had a bass system that would just knock your teeth out.
He had a Kenwood deck that was bumping loud as he stomped in the no parking zone. The devil stepped out with the beeper on the step, a black field suit that was down.
The devil stepped out with a beeper on his hip and a black Fila suit that was down. This is firmly rooted in the 90s, and I got to tell you folks, I'm loving it. It just makes me want to get some, my Drakkar Noir out, pop some of that on, button up a rayon shirt all the way up to the top as if I'm some kind of hip-hop priest. That's what I want to do when I hear this.
But then he turned his head when his eyes got red when he heard this scratching sound. He walked up on a boy on...
I always like that too. Turned his head when his eyes got red when he heard this scratching sound.
2 turntables, this boy was ripping the cut. So the devil jumped up on the back of his truck and said,
boy, let me tell you what.
You rock the beat, pretty good boy, but no, it ain't nothing new. Cause I'm in your town, about to take that crown, and ain't nothing that you can do. But if you wanna get bad, don't make me mad, we can make this little bet true. A turntable of gold against your soul, I think I'm better than you.
Ooh, the deal is set. The deal with the devil is set. The terms are out there, and now all we gotta do is wait for the butcher to agree to the deal. I love the beginning of this song, and just so you know, I still have this CD. The moment it came out in 1991, I was like, I gotta get this. All right, so this was from, again, 1991. This is K.M.C. Crew. Now let's take it up to 2013 with the Adam Ezra Group. Devil came up to Boston. All right, so hopefully everybody's ready, because there's a lot of swearing in this. It is about Boston characters, and I don't think we can do anything with Boston characters without a lot of swearing. Ah, that's nice. She's a good Catholic girl, I feel like. All right, again, we're still firmly in that Charlie Daniels tradition. You can tell immediately that we're about to do another version of The Devil Went Down to Georgia. So take it away, Adam.
The devil came up to Boston. He was looking for some balls to break. He just got in from Quincy, where he'd rained out a lobster bake.
So he just got in from Quincy, where he rained into lobster bake. I'm already in the accent. Now, so Adam is from Boston, but he doesn't actually have that Southie accent. But obviously, growing up around it, you can probably mimic it pretty well. But I love how both of these versions start off firmly in their environment. They're not really parodying the original, which I think is... I like a good parody, don't get me wrong, but I also like just delving into that tradition, delving into that deal with the devil tradition, and both of these are doing it so well.
At the Copley Tea, he saw a kid sawing on a fiddle and smoking a butt. The devil jumped up on a globe dispenser and said, dude, let me tell you what.
All right, so in this version, the devil is a Yankees fan. I think that makes sense. For a Boston boy, the devil will be wearing a Yanks hat. Here we go.
You didn't know it, kid, but I can fucking strum. You may think you're all hot shit, but you're just a fucking bum. I've rocked all the hot spots from the garden to the wang. I'll bet a lotto card and a pack of mobs that you can't fucking hang.
All right, so I do think the stakes here are considerably lower. He's betting a mulatto card and a pack of Marlboros, whereas over here we got a turntable of gold. So right off the bat, I feel like the stakes are much higher with K.M.C. Crew. Adam has just proposed, or the Devil and Adam song just proposed, I'll trade a pack of Marlboros and a lotto ticket for your soul.
The kid said, my name's Sully, and you're a stupid fuck.
So one of the things I love about Adam's version is that you expect there to be more in the lyrics. This is pretty lyrically dense. This is not lyrically dense. My name's Sully and you're a stupid fuck. It doesn't go on, it just gets right to the point. You're stupid, you stupid fuck.
But if you want a party, I'm game to end a back. Sully.
Okay. So here we have Sully accepting the terms of the deal with the devil. Let's see what old Butcher has to say about it over here.
The boy said, my name's the Butcher, and I'm the baddest around in this city. You start messing with me, and I'm sure you'll see you're gonna feel real itty bitty.
Butcher's way more verbose than Sully. Sully's, you're a stupid fuck. And this one, my name's a Butcher and I'm the baddest around in the city. You start messing with me and I'm sure you'll see you're going to feel really itty bitty. I love the Butcher, much more verbose. Sully gets right to the point.
But I'll take that bet and you're gonna regret it. And then the Butcher started flexing his wrist.
I love this. Butcher doing one of these motions.
But then the devil's posse all jumped in, then they broke it on down like this.
Okay, so now we're about to have the devil and his posse breaking it down and going right up against both of our protagonists. All right, so why don't we let's keep on with KMC right now.
Devil's in the house.
That line is badass. That was the line, I think, as a kid that reeled me in. Devil's in the house, and then the scratching kicks in. It doesn't get any better than that. That's badass. Well, that's a hype party. Look at the devil. He's got that Fila suit that was down. My goodness, the devil did just rip it up. I hope the Butcher's ready. All right, let's go over here and see what happens, though. It's Sully.
Rosin up your bow and play your fiddle hard. Shit's going down in Boston and the devil deals the cards. You could win a lotto card and pack a Marlboros.
But if you lose, the devil will get your soul. All right. Again, I love that. I do love that they're continuing the tradition of having a fiddle player in there, right? That firmly ties it to that original song. I feel like the fiddle is much more prominent here. I feel like they're doing the same riff but on a guitar, and it just doesn't have the same sound to me as that fiddle does, right? Just a different all-around sound.
Opened up his case and said, I'll fucking start.
Again, just how clipped the dialogue is. I'll fucking start.
Fire shot from his fingertips. Damn, that shit was hot. The screech across the strings, it got the subway cops all pissed. Then the Dropkick Murphys showed up and it sounded something like this.
Then the fucking Dropkick Murphys showed up and it sounded something like this.
Fuck you, Donnie. I told you before, I'm not going out there wearing this shit. What the?
Shipping up the Boston boys. Okay, so I feel like, is it just me, or did the devil not really try very hard over here? All the devil did was play the riff from Shipping Up to Boston. Granted, great song, phenomenal song, but I feel like the devil and the KMC crew, he ripped the cut, right? The devil over here was really giving it his all. I feel like the devil over here, that's a pack of Marlboros and the lotto. I don't really give a shit. I'll give this kid a pack of Marlboros and the lotto. Let's take it back over here to KMC crew and see how the Butcher reacts.
When the devil got done scratching, everyone knew he wasn't no joke. Because his records caught on fire, the turntables went up in smoke.
The record's caught on fire. Turntable went up in smoke. The devil went down.
The devil's posse got in a circle and they gave each other high fives. They thought the Butcher had lost.
Party, time to get live.
The Butcher started stretching. He yawned and looked at the devil. Then he dropped his arms down by his side and kind of giggled and laughed at the fella.
Now that was, again, like the devil's in the house when he drops his arms down by his side and giggles and laughs at the fella. That was one of my favorite parts of this song. So good. The Butcher is fantastic. I want to see a whole series with the Butcher.
Some double mint gum, so he put it in his mouth. I guess he enjoyed the taste. But then he threw the gum wrapper in the devil's face, stepped back and hollered out,
Peace! Damn, did you see that? Butcher was scratching with his elbows. Hot damn, look at that! Scratching with his elbows. I hadn't seen anybody do that before. That's a pretty cool move. Get it, Butcher! Can't that DJ make my day. Holy shit, he did an under the leg move. The Butcher is going off. Watch him. Under the leg! It's clear the Butcher's gonna win. Under the leg again. Butcher. Oof. And his hype boys are getting after it too. Look at the Devil. The Devil's like, oh, shit. I have to give up his turntable of gold. Damn, already lost my golden fiddle. What the hell? His hype boys were doing a wheelbarrow. Woo! Come on, fellas. That's a little bit too sexual for this video, don't you think? Shh. I think it's clear who won that. I mean, come on. Butcher was hitting it with his elbows, going up under the legs. His hype boys were doing wheelbarrows up there on the stage. Jesus. Look at the Devil. Fuck. Got beat again. Only got so many gold instruments.
The Devil bowed his head because he knew he had been beat.
Yeah, you did. You got your ass smoked, Devil.
So he laid that fresh turntable of gold down by the Butcher's feet. The Butcher told the Devil to get out of town, and he laughed dead in his face.
Butcher's vicious. He laughed dead in his face.
Then the Butcher started cutting all over again, stepped back and hollered out,
Peace! Butcher's crew is loving it. The Butcher's crew was like, you didn't stand a chance, Devil. You didn't stand a chance. Acting like a fool rolling up in your Nissan truck with the convertible with a portable phone. Take your portable phone and the beeper on your hip and roll your ass on out of here, Devil. Look at that. Hell yeah, this is how we do it. This is how we do it with the K.M.C. crew. Ooh, and there's that turntable of gold. Woo, that's a strong version, isn't it? Isn't it? Have you heard that before? Because I love that version. All right, let's take it back over here and finish up with the Adam Ezra Group.
Sully said good job, but I hear that shit like every hour.
I hear that shit like every hour. They're fucking playing Dropkick Murphys all the time.
I'm gonna rip it up now. Then you could take a fucking shower. Boy on the harbor, watch out, sailor.
I feel like Sully is taking this serious. He wants that lotto ticket and half pack of marbs. I don't feel like the Devil took it seriously.
There's no Boston whaler. Compton Matapan still in a truck. Yuppies in Southie, what the fuck?
Did you catch that? There's yuppies in South. There's yuppies in Southie. What the fuck? Oh, Sully's crew's getting after it too, though. I feel like the crew over here was a little bit more diverse, but Sully's crew has a whole line dance ready to go at the drop of a hat. Man, so I do like the fiddle part of this one. I feel like they leaned a little bit harder into the fiddle on this, whereas K.M.C. crew did not. But I mean, I guess that's part of the song, right? Because this was about turntables of gold. This was just about a lotto ticket and a pack of marbles.
The Devil shouted pisser because he knew he'd just been tossed.
The Devil shouted pissa because he knew he'd just been tossed.
He started chugging vodka to soften up the loss. Sully shouted, Devil, come on back if you ever want to press your luck. I told you once, you hot on, you're a wicked, stupid fuck.
Sully is much more aggressive. I think we can all agree that if Sully didn't win, I feel like Sully would have just socked the devil right in his gob. Wouldn't he? He just busted his mouth. Whereas K.M.C. Crew, the Butcher knew he was going to beat him. I feel like that Sully's like, you know what? Even if I don't win this, I'm whooping your ass, devil. Me and you are going to scrap right here and right now. Oh, Jesus. All right, so I watched and listened to the song in preparation for the bit. I didn't realize that they flipped the devil to bird in unison at the very end. Now that's got to count for something. That's pretty awesome. Oh, wow. I don't know, folks. Usually I try to pick which one I like best. I will say this. I think that Ezra's leans way closer to parody than it does just trying to find its own voice within the tradition. So I feel like K.M.C. Crew wasn't really parodying the original version of this. I feel like that they just wrote a version from their perspective. Whereas I feel like this one's kind of half and half, don't you think? It's kind of parody rather than just trying to work within the literary tradition. So on that, I think I got to go with K.M.C. Crew because they did a phenomenal job of taking that Deal with the Devil song from Charlie Daniels and really, really making it their own. Like, you don't really have to know Charlie Daniels to appreciate this one. I feel like with this one, it's closer to parody, but it is hysterical. I love how they captured that Boston accent, that Southie accent, how clipped the dialogue was. Again, Butcher is very verbose in this one. Sully, not at all. I feel like Sully would rather just get into a fist fight than he would strum with the devil. So I think on that criteria, I'm going to have to go with K.M.C. Crew. But let me know where you're at because, again, I love both of these. And in fact, let me just make this clear. Any two songs I put head-to-head on this segment, I love both the songs. I'm not going to choose songs that I don't like. So mad respect to both of these artists. Fantastic versions of just a phenomenal song. But let me know where you're at. If you liked the video, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. We certainly appreciate all of your support. Leave us comments. I would love to see what you think about this video reaction. And please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And remember, all October long, we're doing Halloween-themed reactions on Like-Minded Lunatics. So please make sure you check all of that stuff out. All right, folks, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.